Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on Forza Horizon 4 with some Jaguars for a team adventure. We are going racing with a selection of A-Class Jags from E-Types to F-Paces. There is also an XJS amongst the lot. There's an XES in here. An interesting selection, some classics, some modern, and an XJS that'll probably be quite slow, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, as ever, with Team Adventures, these vehicles are going to be tasked with not just racing on tarmac, they'll have to deal with some dirt stages as well. Who knows how various things are going to pan out. Now, I've got an E-Type lightweight here. I've never used one of these before. I'm expecting it to be a fairly decent car. In general, if in doubt, small lightweight classics are quite quick. Unfortunately, we're a little bit stuck out wide here. I have got it on rally tyres. Now, that might mean it is not quite so good at some of the tarmac stuff. We have been a little bit bopped out of all of this. Can I get a good run? Oh, I've actually got quite good top speed. I'm struggling to really be able to use it all that much. 3 wide there was not a great idea. 3 wide, yeah, not the best idea we've ever had. Ninetales is currently running away with an F-Type. I am not surprised, actually, that they are a lesser chosen vehicle. You don't get much PI to play around with them. A-Class Jags, the modern ones, will have little in terms of PI. Now, the downside, of course, with me going for rally tyres, I built my car to be fairly good when it gets to the dirt. Of course, that means rally suspension, which is a little bit wobbly through some of these corners. In fact, I'd like a little bit of peace and quiet here to try and go for it and just see what the lightweight E-Type is capable of. We are not going to be able to have a look into turn 1, but we will if they run that wide. I was very much expecting them to run wide out the other side of that corner, so thought it'd be a sensible idea to try and duck underneath. They didn't run wide out the other side, and yeah, we lost out in all of that. And if my car is going to be no good on the tarmac, it better be bloody good on the dirt. One of the F-Paces, that one is running on slicks, which is, not slicks, sorry, street tyres. They've gone for wide street tyres with more power than the rally-tired version, which is a different sort of decision. We're a little bit stuck in traffic here with not much I can do. The XJ is actually not doing too terrible. The XJS is generally a garbage car. It just generally doesn't really work from my experience at much, really. So that one is actually holding on quite well up there. I cannot seem to get past this other E-Type. If we could get clear and just be left alone for a little while, I'm kind of curious. I don't think I'm actually all that fast with this, which is a shame. It's maybe a little down on power. So it'll be down on power compared to some, about 330 horsepower. Actually, a little bit more than that. How much power have we got? 350, let's say. But of course, it is lightweight Jag. It is light, 2,200 pounds, something along those lines. So yeah, it's pretty, hopefully, a pretty decent car. On the dirt, it will still, of course, be rear-wheel drive, which, I mean, it's not the most helpful, but at an A-Class, you can make it work. Just. By S1 class, you can drive rear-wheel drive S1 class cars on the dirt, but they'll be severely outclassed by their all-wheel drive counterparts. In A-Class, we might just get away with it. Sadly for me, this first race has been a little bit of a no-man's land trek for now. We are, I think, starting to catch the cars ahead. It's a little too oversteery for my liking, this. I am very, very much struggling with the... struggling with the confidence in the E-Type. I don't really trust throwing the car into the corners and believing it's going to stick. The D-Type's got to the lead from our team, which is nice, ahead of that F-Type. The F-Pace ahead is catching Blue Team's lightweight E-Type, which I guess is also something quite helpful. If they can fight each other, maybe slow each other down, that would be good. Oh, we're going to just ever so slightly dink the wall there. Some more slipping and sliding for me. So if we could get both of us past, that would be helpful. After that, even then, I'm not sure that would be quite enough points for us. Indeed. The other F-Pace is behind us, is dropped back a little bit. Can I be flat through there? Probably not, because that was quite a lift and didn't work. If anything, we kind of stabilised the gap to the cars ahead, really. Do I want second through there, maybe? Come on. F-Pace, please help back that E-Type up into me. That would be, I mean, the only chance I have, unless it is a mega barnstorming final lap for me. They are now side by side, and the F-Pace is going to maybe get ahead. There was a little bit of paint swapping. I saw that. I saw that from back here. I mean, it is kind of what I want to see. I just don't trust this car to chuck it in. Oh, the XJS has made a mistake somewhere. That could be good. We are very close in terms of points. Yeah, if I had a little bit more speed in the car, that would be grand. Maybe I should have gone for race suspension. Might have stopped a little bit of the moving around, possibly, but then we'll see what happens when it comes to the dirt. Maybe things will be entirely different for us. We will try and carry all of the speed. We need one more position, whether that be the F-Pace getting past the XJS. It's having a very, very big look. Whether it be me being able to catch as a huge slide from Eccentric Racer ahead of us. Is there half a chance for me here? We are closer than we have been, but I'd probably need another lap to do anything, barring any big mistakes. It is going to be a race. Oh, the XJ's gone! The XJS is off on the grass. It's a drag race between the pair of them. It won't actually matter. I've just seen the points have changed further back. Oh, Ninetales took a victory, I think. Unfortunately for us, Ninetales took a victory at the end of it, while Longbow did get it. There wasn't enough points. The F-Type took victory from the D-Type. The F-Pace got third from the XJS, which did better than I certainly expected. The two lightweight E-Types were 5th and 6th, ahead of another one of the F-Paces. Our FRS, there we go, ends up in 10th. Close fought battle. Yeah, I struggled a little bit. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, dirt will come good. So, I have kind of some hopes for my E-Type here. Well, I'm kind of pinning my hopes on the E-Type here, because if it doesn't work here, we might be in trouble. The F-Pace is theoretically going to be good. Certainly Ewan's F-Pace is likely to be good here. All-wheel drive. The race rally tyres. Some of the SUVs get slightly different off-road tyres. The Stelvio has them and was very quick when messing around on the beach with them. They are slightly, I think they are slightly different. Either way, that's likely to be quite fast out here. Longbow's is more tarmac orientated a vehicle, so that might not be quite so good. Now, there are probably some all-wheel drive swap vehicles in this. I have gone for keeping mine rear-wheel drive. It gives me a little bit more PI to play around with. You can kind of tell whose all-wheel drive swap are the vehicles that have shot off the line and are in the top group, pretty much. Oh, that's a fun place to unghost mid-corner. Always appreciate that. Now, this particular circuit won't actually rely as heavily on all-wheel drive. I mean, it'll be nice in a couple of these slightly slower corners, but this is generally a much, much faster circuit, so all-wheel drive will not be the be-all and end-all of everything. I would presume, I think I spotted in the loading screens, Ninetales F-Type is on rally tyres, but you will definitely not have the PI to make that one all-wheel drive. We are up to 4th with a little bit of bouncing around, and this is uncomfortable in this car. This is one of the nastier circuits you get to. Viper's having a massive crash up ahead. One of the things that can go wrong on this track. Very, very easy mistake. I say very easy mistake. Very easy to get caught out on the bumps. Things that just throws the car about viciously. And yeah, the D-Type got into some trouble. The other lightweight is leading the way here. I believe that one might be all-wheel drive, judging by how well it got off the line. I'd be amazed if it wasn't. We'll get past the F-Pace. Can we chase down the sister car, but kind of not quite sister car of Eccentric? Oh, probably not if I do that too many times. In some ways, I want the F-Pace. I feel like the F-Pace has got a better chance of hunting it down. Points-wise, we are currently leading, but it's only just. Now, Blue Team's XJS is going to be next to useless. That's on race tyres here. It's not going to work pretty much. Oh, it's missed a checkpoint, so it's gone. That's gone. Will the D-Type bounce across the jumps this time, not so much. Oh, leader made a big mistake there. That's cost them a heap of time. D-type, attack. I can't do anything. Well, I say I can't do anything. I can pick up the pieces from any mistakes. That's what I'm basically going to be doing here, and that is a big slide. That's the sort of mistake that we want to be close enough to capital. I say mistake, it's just, yeah, it's not a crash as such, just enough time lost. They're fighting one another. We might actually get alongside here. Little bit of a lean on the door of the other fellow lightweight. I mean, that's a very expensive crash. If we crash, that'll be about £30 million worth of car down the drain. Let's not have a crash. I mean, we probably did more damage there in that light bump than that would write off almost any car. that sort of crash. Oh, there we go. That's fine. I've just got to stop. I don't quite have the pace of the all-wheel drive swap machines. Now, unfortunately for us, Blue have got cars in 4th and 5th, so I can't afford to lose another place here. And driving like that is going to give us grief. We need to win, which I can have no control over. We need Viper to hold on with the D-type. We can't have that car get a big twitch anymore around here. And in fact, it has now just come under threat from that E-type as the lightweight is back to the lead. So yeah, there is not much in this at all. I'm clinging on to 3rd, wishing I could be involved in that fight. Yeah, maybe I should have gone with the all-wheel drive. D-type's gone back to the lead. Maybe I should have gone with the all-wheel drive. I was kind of hoping mine would be a little bit better on the tarmac, not going to lie. I guess I sacrificed. Oh, D-type's gone very, very deep into turn 1. Oh, Eccentric's missed it. Oh, the D-type almost messed it up. I would imagine Eccentric saw that Jag ahead running wide, saw an opportunity, got a little carried away and cut the corner on the inside. I've done it myself in races. It's one of those like stupid errors that you know exactly what you've done wrong. However, it's far too late to do anything about it. You just get a little excited, a little carried away, and yeah, an easily done mistake there. We will hopefully follow around for a red team 1-2 if I don't do anything stupid. The lightweight is pretty decent around on the dirt. Not the easiest to drive, but not too shabby. Probably my lightweight, probably the 3rd fastest car out there. We do stay ahead of the XK120 and the normal blue team E-type. Eccentric unlucky, falls down to 7th with that missed checkpoint. Ewan gets 5th with the F-pace. Longbow's F-pace still gets 8th, which is some decent points for the tarmac-focused vehicle. Our XK120 and XFRS also score at least some points further back. It's a round win, it's something. Not sure on my car, but it's something. So, we head next to the Bambrodder Coast Circuit. Always an interesting venue to go racing. I don't know what we're going to see. The D-type starting on pole for us is quite helpful. That was quite quick, and Ninetails' F-type starting down the back will give us a little bit of a, how do I say, sneaky help, potentially. The XJS is starting on pole, or on the front row, sorry, for blue team. I don't know what side will be starting on pole position, but yeah, we know that's better than expected. It's better than I expected, certainly. The other lightweight is right ahead of us, so I can maybe go give that some grief. We will have to wait and see. The poor modern Jags are a bit big and a bit heavy, really, to make this work. The XK is wobblier than I am, which is quite something. Oh, that's an XJ visiting the grass. Now, the modern Jags are less wobbly than me and have a little bit more grip, perhaps through the corners. Won't quite have the acceleration that I can get from this. Little bit of lag, not so great. And we are coming up to the halfway mark on this first lap with our team needing a lot of points. Needing quite a lot of points, actually. Bugger. Okay, I mean, there might be chances. We always hope that there are. Longbow got a little squeezed out of that manoeuvre. I mean, he's a big Jag to try and squeeze. So The wide body kit on the SUVs is so ridiculous. But there we go. Ninetales' F-Type is coming with an awful lot of speed. I don't think I have an answer to that one, sadly. I mean, I can fight it as much as I dare through turn 1. And Ninetales won't want to go too crazy in attempting to overtake. You don't want to miss a checkpoint, and that is easily done around here. You can miss a checkpoint, especially turn 1, quite easily. Well, I have good acceleration, but it might not be good enough. I don't know whether it's good enough to fend off Ninetales for the remainder of this race. Ideally, we get past Eccentric and then worry a little less about if Ninetales passes us. At the moment, in fact, at the moment we have to pass Eccentric and keep Ninetales behind for us to win. We need some more points further back. Eccentric ran a little wide. If Longbow could get second, that would be great. It might all become a little bit academic in a second if Ninetales, and I say when Ninetales inevitably gets past me. Are we going to be 3 wide into turn 1, perhaps? It does look like that might be not quite the case. Ninetales is too far gone. I don't know if I could draw alongside there if I wanted to. Eccentric's car doesn't look great through these corners, which does give me a little bit of a hope. There's a gap there. That'll get me back to the position I was in terms of points as the F-Type goes for a little bit of a trip across the grass. Longbow's catching up to second, although second is also catching up to the leader. We're 100 points away at the moment. Ewan's just gained a position which is 100 points to us. It's 50 points in this. This is mighty close. I've got to hold off Eccentric. Longbow's got to... Well, we need everyone really to hold their positions. Currently, it would be fine. If Longbow could get another position, it would give us that little bit more comfort, but that's a lot easier said than done. In fact, he has now done it, but we'll have to wait and see how that one pans out down the straight. Eccentric is getting a good run here. We will move across and say, look, I'm going to defend this. I mean, we're more than allowed to. There was no overlap. We're not cutting the nose off of anybody. We'll just park it in the middle of the road in case there is any... So that was close enough to have a big dive. Oh, you missed a checkpoint. And there goes Red Team's chance at winning this round. Bugger and blast. There's a big scrap still going on for second. That will have helped Viper out up at the front. Now there might be... I mean, there is still some fighting actually going on between some blue and red cars. It's almost like 10th position here makes a huge difference. If we can get 10th away, that would make a massive world of difference. If I was just fast enough to challenge Ninetales, that would also be very helpful. I'm not, sadly, and Ninetales is catching the lead group. I mean, I'm kind of going with Ninetales a little bit. This is all down to the lead group having a big old fight. But, yeah, there's a lot of changes going on, actually, in that back group. There could still be more points to come for us from further down. Longbow is looking under a little bit of pressure now from that F-Type. Big slide by me through turns 1 and 2, and still a little bit out of control, a little out of shape through all of these next corners. The F-Pace has got some good, well, pace places around here. We're just going to bobble the grass a little bit there. Yeah, I'm throwing everything I can. I can't catch up to that group at all. Really, we're stuck with our 5th and 6th place battle here. There might be some gains further back. That's what we have to hope for. We need to really hope for some decent gains further back, and I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Longbow has actually got... Oh, Longbow got up to second. The XJS has got to the inside of the drag race towards the finish line. I mean, it's... Who knows how that's going to go. We're getting a good on view. Ninetales has got a massive run with the F-Type, which I think might even get third. No. God, that was a load of mess. I'd love to have been in that group. Sadly, we were watching it from a distance. We get 5th. It is a 1-2 for our team, with the D-Type beating the F-Pace ahead of the XJS, and the F-Type just not quite able to do it. However, we cannot score enough points further back. Yeah, if sadly... Oh, no, wait, we do. We did get enough points. Oh, we got 7th. That's how we did it. Matt Lantiger did it with the XFRS. Stole 7th at the end. I hadn't noticed that change of position. Oh, we snuck the final lap. That's what mattered there. That's what made the difference in all of that. Bloody hell. That was a close round. That was a very close round indeed. So, up next we head to the Lakehurst Woodlands Scramble. An off-road circuit, this one, a little bit different to some of the other off-road tracks. Quite mean in some regards. I'm starting right down the very back. Fantastic. Oh, and the other lightweight is at the front. Our F-pace is, but not the F-pace we'd want to be potentially able to run clear. I guess our D-type's midfield. So this is quite a fast off-road circuit. Outright power doesn't work here because of the nasty dirt section, but too little power will give you trouble. I don't know if my car's going to be good enough handling to make this work. Weirdly, the F-Type is garbage off the line. I'm quite surprised by that. I mean, mine is very much rear-wheel drive, as you can see. And I guess maybe gear ratios, or... Did I say the power delivery? Oh, I can't remember it's in ghost mode anymore. Whoops. Yeah, that F-Type is complete garbage getting going. It's got a surprising amount of straight line speed for something. It doesn't really have much PI to work with. The XJS, of course, is going to have... Maybe... I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I did think I saw that on rally tyres, but I might be wrong, judging by how much it's immediately struggling now we have got to here. Yeah, the XJS is going to slip and slide its way around, so we will fire past that. We're going to go into the hairpin, try and carry some speed. We have got, so far, this is looking pretty good for us. Blue team missed a checkpoint as well, which is... One of their cars missed a checkpoint, which is far from ideal. I have a horrible feeling I might have hit no man's land. Chisler's car I beat in the last race. I might be marginally quicker than that group behind, bar perhaps Ninetails. I think are all not good enough off-road to challenge, and the group ahead, we'll have to wait and see if I am better than off-road. Because we only really got one. We got one run through the dirt, and that was admittedly a little iffy because we were surrounded by other cars. So we'll have to wait and see. Up the hill, just got plenty of speed in that classic car. Ninetails is too far back to do anything with that F-Type. Ewan is defending through all of that. We get some sliding. I mean, we just got to kind of put foot down and go with it. Not my normal driving style. I don't really... In fact, I don't like a car oversteering whatsoever. So I don't really like it. No, I just don't like a car oversteering whatsoever. Yeah, my traction out of some of these slower corners might be ultimately what gets me in trouble compared to these guys. Now, Longbow's tyres will hurt. There's no doubt about it. Longbow's tyres will hurt around here. Chisler's having a look at the inside. That's a quick way to miss a checkpoint or clip a wall. However, if you haven't got tyres ideally suited, this isn't the worst track for you. Considering probably a little bit more, maybe 40% dirt, 60% tarmac. So if your car isn't suited to the dirt, it's not the worst thing in the world. Not as bad as, you know, the Ambleside Scramble, for example. It's a good pass from the XK up the inside for fourth. I'm hoping we can get involved in this. I'm hoping we could get the XK even. I feel like I might have the pace for the XK. Longbow is a little bit too far gone, and the front two are just too fast for me around this circuit. The XK is not wide, unfortunately. I was hoping, hoping for a little mistake from the XK perhaps. It might be down to me fighting Ewan for honour over a fifth position. I've got a very distinctly mid-pack car here, which is a little bit of a shame for the E-Type. Yeah, I mean, the Heretics all-wheel drive was probably the way to go, sadly, with this. I say sadly, I mean, it is the way when you're doing these adventures. It's the safe option. I went for the slightly brave option. Sometimes that pans out, sometimes it doesn't. I think with this car, it is a definitely not option. Eccentric has got to the lead with the other one, the other lightweight, which is something, I guess, for for E-Type kind, shall we say. Ninetails is still behind me in seventh, but a long way back. So yeah, we're at the back of the rally tyres. We're probably the only rear-wheel drive rally tyre vehicle in all of this, I would imagine. If Ninetails isn't, then yeah, we Judging by the gaps going on in the field, we are faster than the F-pace up the hill. Huh, wasn't expecting that. I'm so used to having everything go flying past me on this track because I normally have the immense grip car, and it's rare for me to when we're only really faster than that. I don't think we're faster than anything else up the hill. Oh, bugger. Just going to be out wide down here. Make sure we at least get the checkpoint. While we can fight like this, there's no real harm to our team because we've got a big enough points, margin going on. So we'll have a little bit of fun. Neither of us can keep up or catch Chisler now at this stage. Not on this kind of thick mud. I haven't got the grip to do it. I have kind of expected some others to stick with rear-wheel drive and rally tyres. I'll be honest, when I built this, I might have been better off in this current situation. In some regards, I might have been better off just going outright slick tyres with mine. If I could build it again, I'd be tempted to do that and just focus on being quick on the tarmac. I'm not really all that quick on the dirt, and then just suffer away when we did get to the dirt. Ewan's having real trouble with turn 1. I mean, that will also help me with the drag race up the hill. If you're gonna cuddle the wall there, that will slow you down up the hill. I will take that position away, but I've got to try and stay far enough away when we get to the dirt here. This is what matters. You don't get much time on this circuit back towards the finish line. There's basically one tarmac corner for which I would have to repass the F-pace. So, let's try and keep it behind. I just couldn't go to full throttle because I was going to bounce around and get myself in trouble. I was trying to cover the inside, but the F-pace is going to get alongside. I don't have the traction here. It's an unusual battle, to say the least. And the F-pace has got past, although it's on a very wonky line, back onto the tarmac, brushes that wall. We are alongside. I think we might actually be clear by the time we head to this final corner. That was a lot of Union Jack in the rear view. We wobble about a little bit on the suspension. I think we will out-drag you anyway, though. Oh, not that it was really for any difference in points. Good race for 5th. Very, very good race for 5th. The D-Type took victory from the other lightweight E-Type. 3rd would go to the XK120 in the end. Just managed to beat Longbow's F-pace. I get 5th ahead of Ewan. Our XK120 gets into a 9th position, while our XFRS ends up down at the back. There may have been some missed checkpoints involved, to be honest, over there. It is enough points for us to take the round, and I believe that'll be enough points for us to take the victory. Blue team are fighting this final round for the honour. Well, this is the final round, the Edinburgh Station Circuit. Not sure a venue that I'm going to particularly enjoy. Street furniture aplenty. We'll see. We will see. Our D-Type and probably faster of the F-paces on tarmac are starting at the front for us, which is nice. The XJS is surprisingly competitive and starting quite high up for blue team. I'm here to pick up some points, really. I think that is... Ninetales is also going to be very quick with the F-Type. I'm basically here to get 5th or 6th and get some points. That's what we're going for. Unfortunately, I mean, sometimes those positions are very important. Do not get me wrong. Those positions are very, very important indeed. We've had, we had one of these rounds came down to 8th position. Picking up 300 or 400 or 300 points is better than picking up none. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of my job in this one. Try and get a midfield finish. If I can get higher up, if my E-Type miraculously works here, then fantastic. That would be nice. Sometimes you do find that with cars. We've had weird cars that just magically work at one circuit in particular, that you don't necessarily know why. I don't feel like this is going to be the killer combination for my car, especially not if I do that. I had a big lunge. I got stopped. Unfortunately for the XK, it was also quite brake limited there, and only just managed to stay out of the back of my car. We will fly around there. Don't clip the wall on the outside. So what have we got to worry about? A lot of cars actually are now trying to line up to have a look. In fact, points-wise, not having a great time in this. We've got a 1-2, and I'm kind of holding back the hordes. I don't know whether missed checkpoints or just whether some of our cars aren't working out here. Ewan's got getting some points, was getting some points. Ninetail's car is having a terrible time around here, which seems unusual to me. Perhaps, to be fair, the F-Type does not like all of these slow corners. That could explain some of it. Longbow's car is loving it here. The XJS might not enjoy it too much. The XJS was good at top speed stuff, but I'm not sure what the handling like is at the slower stages, and if it can keep fighting the D-Type, there is a chance that I can catch up. We could have a 1-2-3 for red team, and it wouldn't matter what the rest of our team ended up doing. We have got Ewan back up into some points. Oh, D-Type, you don't want to take out that fence. That's going to cost you some time. In fact, we are now scarpering away from the field. There's a big scrap going on. Oh, I don't know where that car is. Could be anywhere. Little did you know that XJSs were fitted with a blink module just to confuse the opposition when they went racing. What did they go? Oh, they had a Trans Am XJS, didn't they? Which was quite cool. I think I've seen that at Goodwood actually at some point, but I don't think they raced it all that often. Yeah, my car works better here. You know, it's not perfect, but it does definitely work better here than elsewhere. I'm not going to have a look at the inside there. Oh, that little bit of lag is a bit scary. Come on, we can get that unusual podium. I mean, D-Type and E-Type, sure, that's really close. Oh, that was really close. Oh, the XJ got street furnitured, but I had nowhere to go. It's going to almost get street furnitured again with this sneaky jump across the inside. The D-Type clipped the wall. This is either going to end really bad. It's going to end badly for somebody, and I'm not sure quite who. The D-Type's struggling here. You know, the D-Type's really not quite working. Oh, we're back to needing me on the podium if we're going to win this final round. The XJ got held a little wide. We're up alongside, but it won't be enough. Maybe it will if I'm really super brave. Not super brave enough. Can we duck underneath for that run towards the final corner again? This is a fantastic little battle we have going on over second position. Now, will Chris feel the need to defend? Does kind of put it in the middle of the road. It was not really got the braking to quite have that big dive, and I might be a little too slow here to really do all that much. Oh, never mind. They missed the checkpoint. Oh, no. Blue team. That is so unlucky. We've been robbed of an amazing final lap battle in some regards, as it'll be almost formation flying for red team. I had no idea why my car is just quite good here. I got it very sideways there like a muppet. That's nothing to do with the car. I mean, I don't need to, as long as I don't miss a checkpoint, I don't really need to worry, to be honest. Yeah, us three were very evenly matched. Longbow's car was very quick here. I think, well, I mean, the all-wheel drive traction helps a little bit. I guess big tyres, and that F-Pace certainly does work around this track. There's the XJS in the background. I mean, credit to AK for building an XJS that is actually half decent. That car put up a very, very good fight. We will get a 1-2-3 for red team to finish the round out. That will be a victory. I don't think blue team can't score enough points anyway to beat that, even though the rest of our cars struggled desperately. I mean, blue team very unlucky in two different rounds there. Very, very close. Very, very close. At the end of the day, this adventure has come down to a missed checkpoint and a last lap 7th position gain. That's what's been the difference here, which is what you hope for. It is a 4-1 victory in the end for red team, but that doesn't quite do it full justice. Blue were very close on a number of occasions. The D-Type was mighty fast. My E-Type was a bit wobbly. My E-Type wasn't really the best, but it scored enough points. It kept us in the running. Sometimes you just got to do that. Sometimes you just got to be consistent enough. We got some podiums. We got, as I said, we got decent points. I'll take it at the end of the day. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. If you would like to sign up and take part in the next Versus the Community, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace Versus the Community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.